All right, welcome baseball fans, welcome baseball family. So this is the second half of an unplanned twin bill. So we did our first game in Diamond Mine baseball, and just still in a baseball mood. So we're going to do a little bit of APBA PC baseball. Wait, get a couple people in here. We'll let the community decide. There's Barbara. She says hello, hello to you, Barbara. So we'll let people sort of pick what's going to be tonight's game. This is little pet project of mine. This is a all-time greats franchise league, but it's one in which the Brooklyn Dodgers and LA Dodgers have their own teams. New York Giants, San Francisco Giants, each separate teams. Philadelphia, Kansas City A's have their own teams as opposed to the Oakland A's. There's Dwayne Martz. There's Philip Reynolds once again, and there's Parallel League. So we got some pretty good games here tonight. Just want to figure out which one we want to do. So we got Cleveland and New York. We already did the Yankees tonight, though. We got Cheesebro versus McDowell. Could be a good one. Let me see. What else do we got here? So we have Roger Clemens. So again, we have the Red Sox versus the Senators / Nationals, because they went by all kinds of different names. So Roger Clemens versus George Mogridge. Let's see what we have going on else here that looks kind of cool. So we got Dave Stewart versus Frank Viola. So the Twins versus the A's. So this would be the Oakland A's, of course. What else looks tasty? Let's see what's going on in the National League, perhaps. What do we got here? We rarely, even though I'm a Pirate fan, we rarely do Pirate games on here. But it's the Bucks versus the Marlins. Let me see. Hey, we could do. Hey, for Dwayne Martz, we could do an all Braves game. How about this? We could do the Boston Braves locking up against the Atlanta Braves. So Old Hoss Radbourn versus Tom Glavine. We may just do that one. Let me see what else is going on in the National League here. Yeah, this is some pretty good stuff. All right. I don't do me. I don't do History Maker baseball. Nope, I don't do that's a cards and dice game I love to watch other people play. There's too much of check this and decide or die says that and no and are the stars aligned. I know Paul Fay, who is the game tester for Pocket Pennant Run. He's a big fan of History Maker baseball. I think it's a really good game. It's just not for me. Not for me. If I would get back into cards and dice all the way, in addition to like Pocket Pennant Run and the game I was talking about on our last broadcast here earlier tonight, that ID Jester hated, but I love because it's like the cards and dice game made just for me, as it comes with like 2,000 players that you can mix and match and do what you want. I think the game I would probably do, if I, pick up an analog copy of Status Pro Baseball, of course, but probably Season Ticket Baseball is the one I'm looking at. But no History Maker. I'm sorry for that, Philip. But Philip playing Red Ice Hockey, and he's loving that. Clinton Parks, the professor, not sure about the All Braves thing. Don't think Dwayne's wife is ready for a Woody. Oh, after a Woody after midnight. Hope you're doing well, Professor. Oh my God. And that's the other one too, Clinton, is National Pastime 3. Ah, my God. I know. I look at that game, and, I was talking about in the last broadcast, like graphics don't mean a damn, and they really, really don't. And we did a game, Diamond Mine, but there's no a National Pastime 3, and I know, Clinton, man, looking at that game, and just that one is a mile wide and 20 fathoms deep. So that's another one I'm thinking about too. So Philip Reynolds says he's playing red ice hockey and baseline basketball. All right, so we are going to go ahead and do an all Braves game. Why not? Why not? So this is going to be the Boston Braves versus the Atlanta Braves. Old Hoss Radbourn Don't know where cousin Ken Castro is, but Old Hoss Radborn versus Tom Glavine. I'm going to go ahead and kill the mic here in a few seconds so that you don't have to suffer through my voice, or at least as little as possible, right? Let's go ahead. They still have the old rule. You complete a season, they give you two. Yeah, but you know what? A baseball grind is just a lovely, lovely thing. That's okay. So I'm really looking. So Cousin's been sick, so recovering. That's why I haven't heard from him. Okay. I'm going to have to send him a little message. Um, Aaron versus Aaron. No, nope, will not be. Um, there's no doppelgangers in this project. I don't think I put any doppelgangers. Should probably find out. You know what? That's a really good question. Let's look at the rosters. And yes, that's right. I do have lots of icons on my desktop. I know I always get shit from people for that, but there you go. You guys would be happy to know my new PC, though, I hardly have any icons on it. So I guess that's something. Let's go ahead and let's just make sure. I don't want Aaron versus Aaron. I think I was pretty careful not to do any doppelgangers, but let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's go down to the National League and let's look at the Boston Braves, who are 0-3 right now. Jeez. Okay, nope. There is no Hank Aaron on this team. He'll be with the Atlanta Braves, as it should be. This is a pretty tough team here, though. You got Dan Bruthers on this team, Ross Barnes. Wow, Marty Bergen, what a sad story he was. Hank Gowdy, very able player. Fred Tenney, superb first baseman. Bobby Lowe on here. Eddie Stanky, Bob Elliott, Beauty Bancroft, one of the great shortstops in the game. Rabbit Moranville, great defensive shortstop. Harry Stovey, Hugh Duffy. There's a bat you don't want to trifle with. Tommy Holmes, Chick Stahl, and just two sad stories on here. Two self-offings. I guess on YouTube you're not allowed to use the S word. Kid Nichols, Vic Willis. So yeah, this is good. So Hank Aaron is indeed with Atlanta. So there we go. It's the Braves versus the Braves. This ought to be fun. This is going to be really. It's going to be tricky fun stuff. But let's do it. I'm on the big TV. All right, and you sent cousin Ken a hockey Christmas ornament. That's cool. Yeah, it would definitely be inaccurate, right? Because at that time, if it was a Boston Braves team, Hank Aaron's coming up, and as many of you already know, he played in the Negro Leagues for Indianapolis. So, all right, I'm going to kill the mic, and here we go. Welcome back, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, what about our guy, Paul Skeens? NL Cy Young Award, and deserving of it. So, here's to Paul Skeens, and maybe Nutting will loosen the purse strings and pay enough to keep Paul Skeens around. Well, I mean, he's going to be around next season, but you know what I mean. And Ben Cherington will go out and actually find some bats because now we've got a good pitching staff and we have shite for offense. So, Buccos, you better make some good moves in the offseason. All right, going to kill the mic. And let's do this. The Boston Braves versus the Atlanta Braves. Old Hoss Radborn versus Tom Glavine. And you get to see how this gets all set up. So that's kind of fun. We are in Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium, Philip. Hey, welcome in, Nathaniel. Awesome. Unpacking your stuff in your new apartment. Good for you.
Here we go again, sports fans. I'm Ernie Haewell, bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball. Glad to have you with us for Big League Baseball. You're on 66 WAPBA. We're coming to you from out here at the park. Today, the visiting Boston Braves will test the Braves at home. Overall, they now stand at 1 wins and 2 losses, having lost 2 in a row. Game number 1 of 4 here in Atlanta. The Braves take the field here in the first. Here's how it lines up defensively for the Braves. McGriff at first base. Meon at second. Logan the shortstop. Evans at third. And the outfield. In left, it's Jones. And center, Bruton. And over in right, Aaron. Torrey is behind the plate. And the Atlanta mound artist, the lefty, Glavin. He will be facing Braves starter, right-hander Radburn. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half. So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Well, here's Tenney to start it off. He hits from the left. He is dangerous. Looking for his first hit. Nothing in 12 trips. Glavin prepares to come home. Glavin brings it home. And it's chopped down the first baseline. McGriff covers it and touches the bag. One away. Here's Stovey coming to the plate. He gets his share of hits. Harry can get on. Left-hander Glavin ready. He cranks and fires. Ball 4, and Glavin dishes a free pass. That was Stovey's first walk of the season. Right-handed batter Duffy now walks out to bat. The Braves have one gone. Stovey on first. He gives any pitcher fits. To date, 1 for 10. He's walked twice. Glavin steps off to bring Stovey back to the bag. Now he's back on the rubber, still eyeing Stovey. Hugh steps up. Catcher ready. He delivers. Pulled sharply to Evans, just out of reach. Foul ball, inches from the chalk. Strike 1. So Duffy steps back in. Torrey set. The pitch. Duffy swings. It's hard and long. Sending Jones back. Will it be deep enough? No. Jones is there. He squeezes it. 2 down. And Stovey returns to first. Berger now walks out to bat. Stovey on at first. 2 away. Looks for those extra bases. So far, 3 for 8, 2 homers, 2 RBI. Pitcher Glavin set to go. Now Glavin comes home with it. Half swing popped up. Logan is over. He's under it. And he takes it in. The line for the Braves. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. Braves, nothing. Braves coming up. For the Braves. Overall, they now stand at 0-3. On the league leaderboards, they're 8 in batting at 172, 4th. In home runs with 2. Tied for first in stolen bases with 2. The Braves take the field here in the first. Defensively for Boston. Tenney at first base. Stanky at second. Moranville, the shortstop. Elliott at third. And the outfield. In left, it's Berger. And center, Stovey. And over in right, Duffy. Gowdy is behind the plate and going today for Boston. The right-hand throwing Bradburn. To get it going for the Braves here, Bruton. Bruton, recently known as a solid hitter on the year. 2 was 9. He's walked 3 times. He's stolen 1 base. Bradburn focuses in on the target. The pitch from Bradburn. Batted hard on the ground toward right. Diving stop by Stanky. Throws. And he makes the play to first. 1 away. One out. Meon. The hit for the Braves. Bats right. A trusty bat. To date at bat only 1 for 11. He's due. He's walked once. He'll wait for his pitch. Bradburn is ready to fire it in. Here's a pitch. Up the chimney. A towering pop-up in foul ground. Gowdy near the dugout. And he gloves it for the out. And that's out number 2. McGriff walking up the bat. Fred, a feared slugger, to date batting 2 hits in 9 trips. McGriff in the box. Catcher Gowdy sets his target. The pitch. Bradburn misses. Ball 4. McGriff will go to first. That was McGriff's first walk of the season. Next batter, Aaron. He is dangerous on the year. Only 1 hit in 13 trips. He's due. 1 homer, 3 ribbies. Bradburn poised. The pitch. Aaron shoots it toward short. Moranville stops it on the first hop, flips it to Stanky, and the side is retired. That'll do it for Atlanta. No runs on no hits. 1 left. A chance goes by the board. Boston due up. Elliott, Stanky, and Moranville due up for Boston. Here's Elliott to lead it off. Bob is a tough out so far this season. 4 for 12. Glavin looking home. Glavin over the offering. Elliott goes the opposite way, down the line to right. Fair ball. Aaron is racing for it. Into the corner. Elliott is around second. He's going for third. Meon's relay. Not in time. Safe at third. Triple from Elliott. For Elliott is first. Triple of the season. Now Stanky to face Glavin. That's right. The Braves have no outs. Elliott on at third. Eddie with an enviable track record as a hitter. Glavin foot on the rubber. He shakes off the sign. Again he shakes it off. Now he has one he likes. Glavin will go to work on him. Infield deep. At third, Elliott takes a short lead. The offering. Wrapped back to the mound. Glavin scoops it. Fires to first. That's 1. And Elliott has to hold third. The next Braves batter is Moranville, right-hander. Runner third. 1 out. Rabbit will hurt you. On the year, 1 for 6. He's walked once. He's stolen 1 base. Moranville waits. Glavin is on the slab. Ball laid behind his back. Glavin comes set, relaxes. Braves playing for the out at first. Elliott steps off third. The pitch. Poke to left center. It's playable. Jones and Bruton converge. Bruton calls him off, and he pulls it in. Elliott tags. They're waving him home. Here comes the throw. And he's safe. Slid around the tag. Moranville picks up a sac fly and an RBI. And the Braves go ahead by a run, 1-0 here in the second. That gives Moranville 2 RBI on the season. Gowdy is the next hitter. A trusty bat on the season. 1 for 3. He's walked once. Gowdy steps up to the plate. Glavin gets set to work on him. Now the delivery. On the ground, back through the box. Mion gloves it, spins it, fires. Long stretch. Just nips Gowdy by half a step. And that's out number 3. That'll do it for Boston. A run on 1 hit. They move in front. Braves down 1-0. Evans, Torrey, and Jones due up for Atlanta. Here's Evans to lead it off. Left side batter. Darrow can pound the ball. Evans waiting. Bat stirring slightly. Catcher ready. The pitch. High and tight. The ump says ball 4. And Darrow will get down to first. That was Evans' first walk of the season. Next batter, Torrey. Joe, a feared slugger to date at bat. Only 1 for 11. He's due. He's walked twice. Evans has the speed to score on a double. Pitcher Bradburn set to go. The delivery from Bradburn. Base hit center field. Stovey takes it on the long bounce. Evans is around second. They're waving him on. Here comes the throw. Here's a play at third, and he's safe ahead of the throw. And Torrey holds with a single. Now Jones to face Bradburn for Atlanta. Runners at the corners, no one out, down by 1. Chipper, a feared slugger. To date, batting 1 for 7. 1 homer, 2 RBIs. He can be fanned. The slugger stands in. Bradburn on the rubber. Gowdy crouched down now. Braves playing for the double play. Evans down the line some at third. Bradburn fires it in. Check swing. He held up and he walks. That fills the bases, and that's already the 3rd walk issued by Bradburn. That was Jones' first walk of the season. The Braves have no one out. Bases full. Evans, Torrey, Jones around the diamond. Down by 1. Logan, the hit. Johnny has some pop in his bat. An RBI opportunity for Johnny. Logan preparing himself. Bradburn inspects the ball. Logan in the batter's box. Raises his hand slightly. Now ready. Bradburn is on the slab. Gowdy sets up. Infield back at double play depth. The runners take their lead. The pitch. There's a bouncer to the left side, right where Moranville is stationed. Fires to second for the force. And a quick relay to first. Oh, double play. Evans scores. And Torrey advances to third. And the Braves have tied this game. 1 on the bottom of the 2nd inning. Left-handed hitter Glavin gets set to bat against Bradburn. Tom taking his first at bat of the season. Bradburn gets set to pitch. Torrey and third base are good friends. The offering from Bradburn. There's a drive to deep left. It's going to be a long run for Berger near the warning track. But he says he's got it, and he does, against the wall for the 3rd out. That'll do it for Atlanta. A run on 1 hit. 1 left. They have tied this game. Score even at 1. Bradburn, Tenney, and Stovey due up for Boston. Here's Bradburn to start it off. Old Hoss taking his first at bat of the season. Glavin looking in at the target. The delivery. Line drive base hit to right. Aaron fields it and throws it to second. A clean single for Bradburn. All right, runner on first. Left-sided Tenney will bat next for Boston. He's their leadoff hitter. Radburn at first has legs. The hitter stands in. Pitcher Glavin set to go. They're holding Radburn. He wheels and deals. It's a bleeder to the right side. Mion has only one play. Slings it to first. And he nails Tenney by a step. One away. Radburn moves up. For Boston. Runner on second. One down. Score tied. Now Stovey to face Glavin. Bats right. Batter facing Glavin. Glavin is on the slab. Torrey crouched down now. Here's a pitch from Glavin. Check swing. Strike three. And it gets by Torrey. Stovey races down the line. Torrey's throw. Safe at first. Radburn never took off. He's still at second. Score that a pass ball on Torrey, but he played it well to hold the runner. One away. Third inning, 2 on. Right-handed batter Duffy now walks out to bat. Hugh, a terrific slugger. Glavin on the rubber. Lefty against righty. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. The pitch, line to left. Base hit. Jones fields the ball. Gets it in quickly. And the bases are loaded. Boston now sends Berger to bat from the right. He's their cleanup hitter. One away. Bases jammed for Boston. Wally, a feared slugger. Wally has driven home 2 runs for the season. Berger wipes his left sleeve across his forehead. Glavin works the ball with his hand. Climbs up to the mound. The ump wants to look at the ball. Now he returns it to Glavin. So now Berger steps up to the plate, taps the plate with his bat, waits. Glavin sets up on the rubber again. Infield back at double play depth. The runners take their lead. Now the pitch. Fly ball to straightaway left. Not deep. Jones moves under it and brings it in. The runners are tagging. Radburn coming down the line. Stovey is holding. Radburn scores. The throw comes into Evans, and the other runners hold. And the Braves go ahead by a run, 2-1 here in the third. And Berger now has 3 runs batted in on the season. It's now Elliott the bat. He swings from the right side. The Braves have 2 away, runners at first and second. Bob has 1 RBI on the season. The hitter stands in. Torrey sets up. The runners take their lead. The pitch comes in. Pop foul behind third. Logan is over. Waves off Evans and brings it in. That'll do it for Boston. A run on 2 hits. 2 men left on base. They move in front. The score now stands 2-1. Braves as we head for the bottom of the third inning. The Braves will face the top of the order here in the third. Bruton, Mion, and McGriff. Bruton to lead it off for the Braves. He hits from the left. Bruton stands in. Radburn prepared to work. The delivery from Radburn. That's high and deep by Bruton. Stovey is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him. He makes a catch. He stayed with it beautifully. 1 down. Now coming to bat for the Braves. Mion. Batter facing Radburn. Radburn is ready to fire it in. Now the pitch. And it's popped up behind home plate. Gowdy making the call. And the catch. 2 away. McGriff getting ready to go. McGriff stands in. Radburn prepares to come home. Radburn comes to the plate. Check swing and a roller back to the mound. Radburn is up with it, takes his time, and tosses it to Penny for the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and at the end of 3. The score still 2-1. Braves trail. For Boston, it'll be Stanky, Moranville, and Gowdy. Here's Stanky to lead it off. Bats right. Stanky relaxes himself at the plate. Glavin prepares to come home. The pitch. Stanky slaps it on the ground toward right. This one has eyes. Right between Mion and McGriff for a base hit. Stanky couldn't have thrown it in a better spot. Well, runner on first. Here's the right-handed Moranville to take his swings. Stanky with decent speed. In the box now. Left-hander Glavin ready. Glavin kicks and delivers. Swung on, hard bounce it at Mion. And he boots it. The ball rolls into the outfield. Stanky is going for third. He'll make it. And Moranville reaches. Mion picks up an error. Right-handed batter Gowdy steps up to face Glavin. Stanky at third. Moranville at first. No outs. A chance to drive in a run here. He rarely strikes out. Batter ready. Glavin climbs the mound, cradles the ball in his glove, and waits. Glavin staring in, ready to work. Infield back at double play depth. Stanky steps off third. The pitch. Rope to second. Mion stabs out. He's got it. And the runners hold. One out, 2 on, first and third. Here's Radburn. In the box now. Torrey crouched down now. Infield back at double play depth. The runners take their lead. The pitch comes in, and it's batted sharply towards second base. Logan is over and snares it on one hop. Steps on the bag and fires it on at McGriff. Yes! The twin killing, and they get out of the inning. That'll do it for Boston. No runs on 1 hit. 1 misadventure for the Braves. 1 left on. So the Braves fail to capitalize on the runner. The score is still 2-1. Boston as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Braves will have Aaron, Evans, and Torrey here in the 4th. Aaron starts it for the Braves. Gowdy ready to receive. Here's the delivery. And Aaron has hit it deep left center. It has serious distance. Will it hit off the wall? No! It's long gone. Hank has tied it up. A home run for Aaron. Hank has tied it up. So they collect a solo homer, his 2nd home run of the season, and the Braves have tied this game. And Aaron now has 4 runs batted in on the season. No outs, a run in. Evans up. When the Braves need a base runner, Evans is the guy they want up there. Evans ready. Right-handed Radburn goes to the set position. The pitch. Fastball, badly fooled. Strike 3, 1 down. Here comes Torrey to take his cuts. He'll wait for his pitch. Radburn looking in. The pitch. This one is straight up the chute between first and home. Tenney wants it, and it's in his glove. 2 away. Next up, Jones, 2 away. In the box now. Now Bradburn, ready. Here's the delivery. Slow bounder up the middle. Moranville is over. Good bounce. The throw to first. Bounces in the dirt. Tenney scoops it, and they get him. And that retires the side. That'll do it for Atlanta. A run on 1 hit. No errors. They have tied this game. This game is 2-2 after 4. Top of the order here for Boston in the 5th. Tenney, Stovey, and Duffy. Here's Tenney to start it off. Tenney 0 for 2. Batter facing Glavin. Torrey set. Here's the delivery. Tenney gets serious wood on this one. It's got plenty of hang time. Tenney got under it just a hair. And there to make the catch is Aaron. 1 away. One away. Stovey walks up. Stovey is 0 for 1 with a walk. It's hard to keep Stovey off the base pass. Stovey ready. Now Glavin ready. The pitch from Glavin. Low, ball 4. Stovey hustles down to first. 1 out, 5th inning, 1 on. We have Duffy to bat for the Braves. Duffy is 1 for 2. Stovey at first has wings. Glavin climbs the mound, checks the runner. First baseman McGriff is on the bag. Stovey with a substantial lead. Now he throws to first, and Stovey is back easily. Glavin gets the ball back. Now he's set again. Glavin comes to the plate. Half swing. It's popped up. Torrey is out. McGriff's in. Torrey calls him off, and he covers it. 2 away. Berger is the next hitter. In this game, he's 0 for 1. He's driven in a run.
Oh, something I should have mentioned, so just popping in here for a minute. So welcome there. We're going to Pixamas. Cool name. Welcome in. Yeah, this is APBA PC Baseball. You can actually manage and everything in this game. It's a really deep baseball game. I'm just letting the computer managers manage each other in this all-time greats league, heavily modified and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's not just one all-time great Braves team, but this is the, Atlanta and Boston Braves have their own teams, and Oakland, Philadelphia Athletics, so on and so forth. What I wanted to mention is tomorrow night, for anybody that has Dombrov baseball, there's going to be a podcast or something, and it's not something. It's a podcast done by the Sabre Games and Simulations Committee, of which I'm a member. I'm not part of this podcast. But Richard Dombrowski, the creator of Dombrov Baseball, is going to be featured. So that's tomorrow night. So if you're a member of Sabre, you don't have to be a member of Sabre to join in the podcast or whatever. But do check out Sabre's site. And if you are a member, or if you've purchased Dombrov Baseball, you should have received an email. So I don't know why that escaped me, but that's I'm sorry, it's not tomorrow night. It's Tuesday night. So Richard Dombrowski, creator of Dombrov Baseball, which is a digital adaptation of Sports Illustrated Baseball, but a lot deeper. And he just released a quality of life update for the game. And this one, there's one significant quality of life update, and he did one a few weeks ago, which greatly streamlined the baseball reference workflow. If you're importing players, teams, whatever from Baseball Reference into that game. So Richard Dombrowski, Tuesday night on YouTube. Sabre, I believe they're doing it on YouTube. Yeah. So I'll let you guys know if it's on YouTube. If it's on Sabre's site, Again, you don't have to be a Sabre member, but my question is, if you're not, why aren't you? It's something ridiculous like $10 a year to be a member of Sabre, and you have access to everything. So if you've been interested in Dombrov baseball, it's a very good baseball game. Um, and we get to finally meet the man who's created it. And it's a big baseball sandbox all its own. So Tuesday night, if I find the link or exactly where it is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on YouTube, and it'll be a good time. All right, let's get back to Ernie Harwell here, as the Atlanta Braves and Boston Braves are knotted at 2. Got a good ball game going here. All right.
Torrey set. The pitch. Low and away. Ball 1. Berger stands in again. Glavine looking in. He lets it go. High and inside, and the count goes full. Berger stands in again. Left-hander Glavine ready. Stovey takes a good lead. The payoff pitch. Berger lifts a lazy pop fly. Evans drips back into left and brings it down. For the Braves, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1. Another half inning gone. Score even at 2 runs each into 4.5. The Braves will have Logan, Glavine, and Bruton here in the 5th. Logan to lead it off for the Braves. Logan is 0 for 1. Radburn looking home. The pitch. Swung on and missed. That's a Linda Ronstadt. You know, a blue bayou. And Logan is gone. 1 away. Now coming to bat for the Braves, Glavine. Radburn looking in. Radburn with the pitch. Breaking ball, cut on. And missed. Glavine goes down swinging. A pair of strikeouts for Radburn here in the 5th. 2 away. Well, Bruton gets set to face Radburn. Batting left. 2 down. Bruton with dependable power. Bruton is 0 for 2. Radburn prepares to come home. Here comes a pitch. And it's pulled hard to right. Base hit. And Bruton holds with a single. Meon up there. Meon 0 for 2. Gowdy set. Radburn cranks it up. Just inside. Bruton is trying for the steal. The peg. The tag. Safe. Good jump. That's his 2nd steal of the season, and that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. Meon back in the box. Radburn climbs a mound, checks Bruton at 2nd. Bruton stretching his lead. And the pitch, breaking ball. Ball 4, and Meon trots down to 1st, setting up the force. All right, McGriff gets set to bat against Radburn. Bruton on 2nd, Meon on 1st. 2 down, score tied. Radburn cannot afford to make a mistake to McGriff. Radburn is on the slab, checks the runners. Here's a pitch. Low and away, and it gets away from Gowdy. He's after it. But the runners move up. The go-ahead run is now on 3rd. McGriff back in the box. Radburn climbs the mound. Jaw tightens as he gets a sign. The runners take their lead. The offering to McGriff hit down the line inside 3rd. Elliott backhands it. Long throw to 1st. In time. 3 down. That'll do it for Atlanta. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. They leave 2. They couldn't get the runners home. 5 in the books here in Atlanta. Score even at 2. For Boston, here in the 6th, Elliott, Stanky, and Moranville. Here's Elliott to start it off. Elliott, 1 for 2, and he scored once. Torrey sets up. Glavin into the wind. It misses. Ball 4. And Elliott will get the base. That was Elliott's first walk of the season. Okay, for Boston. Runner on first, no outs. Stanky is out to get his licks. He bats right. Eddie has a hit in 2 trips. Elliott with decent speed. If he scores, the Braves take the lead. Glavin is on the slab. Left-hander Glavin ready. They're holding Elliott. The pitch slapped towards second. Leon takes it on 1 hop. Flips to Logan. They get him. Over to first. Safe. Stanky beats the ball to first. But they get the lead runner. 1 away. All right. Moranville. The hit for the Braves. That's right. 1 away. Stanky on it first. On the day, he's 0 for 1. He's driven in a run. Stanky with average speed. Glavin, foot on the rubber. Left-hander Glavin, ready. Stanky is on the move. He brings it home. Hard ground ball behind first. McGriff knocks it down. But he'll have no play, and both runners are safe. Scored that a single. The go-ahead run is now at second base. Gowdy's up, 1 gone. Stanky at second. Moranville at first. He has occasional power. An RBI opportunity for Hank. Glavin climbs a mound, sets his grip with the ball out of sight. Glavin looking in at the target. The runners take their lead. Here's a pitch from Glavin. Gowdy pops it up behind the plate. Torrey tosses it mask away. Running back. It's out of play. Strike 1. So Gowdy steps back in. Glavin sets up on the rubber again. Now Glavin ready. The runners take their lead. Glavin rocks and fires. Swung on. And it's a hard liner to Leon. Caught. And the runners hold. 2 on. The top of the 6th inning. Next up, pitcher Radburn. He has a single already. Glavin is on the slab. Torrey crouched down now. To the plate. Popped high to the left side. Evans moves toward the line. He camps under it. This should do it. And he brings it down. For the Braves, no runs on 1 hit. 2 left. They couldn't get the runners home. Score even at 2 runs each into 5.5. For Atlanta, here in the 6th, Aaron, Evans, and Torrey. Here's Aaron to start it off. Already has a homer in this game, his second. Aaron has a hit in 2 trips.
MV!
Radburn looking home. The offering to Aaron. Hot smash to Stanky. Takes it on 1 hop. Over to Penny at first. 1 down. Evans walks up. He bats left. 1 down. Evans walked once. He's 0 for 1. And he scored a run. When the Braves need a base runner, Evans is the guy they want up there. Batter ready.
All right, the lad himself is here. So the defending champion of the Ned McGreevy League, joining us here from Blighty. Hope you're doing well. Cheers to you, MV. So, going to be making the announcement next Sunday, a little preliminaries and stuff. Hope you'll consider joining this year. We're doing it now, the park baseball. Hope all's well, bud. I hope all is well. So, MV, this guy, um, just one of the coolest people in this entire community. Just a great guy, loves baseball. He's our cricket guru, but don't let that fool you. This guy can draft a team and he knows his baseball. And in our first McGreevy League, it was a tight a three-team run down the line with MV, Ken Castro, and Todd B. Doing pretty well, MV. I've been really busy with Magic, with sleight of hand Magic, and getting that rolling up and stuff like that, rehearsing, practicing, doing some shows, which is taken away from this. So I'm trying to, just get things on a semi-regular schedule, so at least we can start looking at least regular Sunday night baseball, occasional Saturdays, and then through the week when I can. But I hope you're doing well. This year, McGravy's going to change up a little bit. It's going to have, we're going all the way back to 1871, so it'll be 1871 through 1919, and we're actually going to do two leagues so that we can have a sort of World Series. No trading, at least in the first season. Rather, we're going to be really putting a lot of focus into the player development lab, which I think will be a lot of fun. And I hear you guys at Field of Dreams are on a bit of a hiatus, so be really chuffed if you came along again, man. Be great to have you. All right, let's get back to Ernie Harwell. We got us a good ball game here. Boston Braves versus, well, the Boston/Milwaukee Braves versus the Atlanta Braves, 2-2. And we got to hear a Hank Aaron home run, so pretty nice. Let's get back to the game.
Radburn prepares to come home. Radburn kicks and deals. Evans lifts one, hits a big league pop-up. Going back is Stanky, waving his arms. He calls off Duffy and makes the catch, and that's the second out. Torrey comes out to face Radburn, bats right. Radburn does not want to groove it to Torrey. Joe has a hit and two trips. Torrey takes his stance. Radburn looking in. Radburn winds up. Well hit drive. Deep to left field. Carrying. It's long gone. So they collect a big two-out solo homer. His first home run of the season, and the Braves break the tie and now lead 3-2. Sixth inning. That's Torrey's first run batted in of the season. Now at bat, Jones. Jones walked once. He's 0 for 1. The slugger stands in. Radburn prepared to work. Radburn winds and fires. Jones hits a ground hugger toward second. Stanky picks it up and flips to first. Routine. Side retired. For the Braves, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They break the deadlock after 6, 3-2. Braves. Boston now will send out the top of the order. Tenney, Stovey, and Duffy. Tenney will lead it off. Tenney waiting, bat stirring slightly. Pitcher Glavin set to go. The pitch. It's a shot down the line to right, near the foul pole, and it's foul. Strike one. Tenney ready to take on Glavin again. Glavin prepared to work. Here's the pitch. Tenney dribbles one to the left of the mound. Glavin can't reach it. Logan charges in, grabs it, and throws in one motion, and nips Tenney at first. 1 down. All right. Right-handed batter Stovey now walks out to bat. Stovey is a guy who will battle you to get on. The hitter stands in. Glavin is ready to fire it in. And the pitch comes in. Bounce to short. Logan to his right. He has it. And he throws him out. 2 away. Duffy, bat in hand. Duffy, 1 for 3. A hero in the bleachers. Catcher ready. The pitch comes in. Check swing. Ball 4. And he trots down to first. And that puts the tying run at first. Next batter, Berger. In this game, he's 0 for 2. 1 RBI. Glavin looking in at the target. Glavin cranks it up. Swung on, bounced up the middle. Logan racing over, and he's got it. Flips to beyond at second for the 3rd out. For the Braves, no runs on no hits. There were no errors. They leave 1. They had a chance but could not convert. Braves up 3-2. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. The Braves will have Logan, Glavin, and Bruton here in the 7th. Here's Logan to start it off. A reliable power hitter. Logan takes his stance. Radburn looking home. The pitch. In the air to center. Stovey has it in his sights, and he tucks it away. 1 away. Next batter, Glavin. Batter set. Gowdy crouched down now. The offering. Glavin lashes one to right toward the gap. Duffy races over, but he won't get it. Glavin is going for 2, and there will be a play at second. The tag, safe on a very close play. Double for Glavin. One on. Here's Bruton. Bruton is 1 for 3. Stole a base. Atlanta starter Glavin pitching tough, but the Braves feel better with another run.
So welcome in JT and Captain Carl. How you doing? So Captain Carl, he says he's greeting everybody, including yours truly. He says he knows I'm a big dead ball fan, and he's just started a full replay with APBA Basic Baseball, the 1908 season a couple days ago. It's a great season, man. Oh my God, both leagues, one of the greatest pennant races of all time, if not the greatest. Certainly one of the most famous or infamous, depending upon your perspective, especially the National League, right? I should say a lot of drama in the National League, but in the American League was actually a tighter race. So, Barbara, hoping that Captain Carl's, hope he enjoys the replay. 1908, I mean, it's a great book. I don't know if you've ever read the book Crazy 08. That's superb. It may be fun for you to read while you're doing a replay. It was a wild season. It really was. Of course, that's the year of the infamous Merkle Boner. Johnny Evers, of course, a very smart baseball player, knew the rules inside and out. And, of course, a lot of people have argued that that's what was sort of the genesis of the great Cubs drought until 2016, was Johnny Evers, because that was the last time the Cubbies won the World Series, was 1908. But in the American League, That race was decided by a half game, so even tighter. In the National League, it was the Cubbies finished a game ahead of the Pittsburgh Pirates and New York Giants, who finished a game back, tied for second. Great replay. Okay, so you do have a copy of Crazy '08 and have read it. Fantastic book. And when you come on here, let us know every once in a while how your 1908 replay is going. That's awesome. Yeah. So JT also recommending excellent book by Kate Murphy. Very very so immersive, and that's a book that just bears rereading. So great to know somebody else is out there doing some dead ball. And of course, our upcoming McGreevy League, as you see going there, that's a 19th century and dead ball league, draft league that we're going to be doing the preliminaries for version 2 of it. It's going to be an out of the park baseball this time. So anybody's interested, let me know in the comments. Let me know in our Ned McGreevy Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord, join it. We can have some free baseball games for you there. Old time baseball, which I've shown here on the channel a few times. Strategy baseball and pure sim baseball. So all three of those are available on our McGreevy Discord. It's a great community. Lots of people, uh, you know, whether they do cards and dice or they do digital baseball. Just about every major baseball game we're covering on there. Just a fantastic community. Captain Carl says that he's also posting his 1908 replay in the APBA forum at Delphi. So for those of you that have been looking for forums and some certain games, and chief among them being APBA baseball, both this game as well as APBA cards and dice, Delphi forums is the place to go. Really great community over there. Super helpful and everything like that. So definitely check that. We'll get it back to Ernie Harwell here in a minute. Modern Relic says he'd love to play 1908, but he says he's afraid he'd blow it for the Cubs, and of course he's a Cubbies fan. So I get that, man. I totally get that. I mean, I'm doing it, but the project I'm doing for the Saber committee is in 1908, but it's really a Hannes Wagner replay. But it'd be fun to kind of compare notes with Captain Carl. JT tells us, he says, poor Fred Merkel. Yeah. He was just trying to save his life by getting off the field ahead of a horde of fans and memorabilia chasers, and he got labeled a bonehead for life. And, of course, as you know, JT, McGraw actually, and he did the same for Fred Snodgrass in 1912, gave them both raises. And, McGraw's thing was, if you made physical errors, he didn't come after you, but mental errors or whatever. But he said that, Merkel, in fact, was it Moose McCormick said, I wish I wouldn't have gotten that base hit. And actually, hitters were getting to Christy Mathewson in that game, but much to the chagrin of the New York Giants and especially Fred Merkel, Johnny Evers was involved in a game 2 weeks prior to that against the Pittsburgh Pirates, in which the same thing happened. And so, I know I read to you guys from that book Tales from the Deadball Era, and just how intelligent a baseball man Johnny Evers was. He worked it out mathematically, like timing and everything, or stealing second or throwing a runner out at second. But that whole story was crazy, and of course took National League president 3 days to sort it out. And I guess the game, right, because the game came down to these two had to meet or something like that, and it did happen. And can you imagine? I mean, because baseball in the dead ball era was very Wild West. I mean, umpire Brick Owen, umpire of the 19th century in the dead ball era, got his nickname because he was hit by a brick by a baseball fan, and I guess he cold cocked a couple batters on his own, and just a wild time in baseball, a much faster game, a lot more risk and everything, and that's what we saw people doing in our McGreevy League. And Ken Castro, that was a master class in how to manage those, because you guys know If you're playing dead ball baseball, you can't wait for the bases to load up and hope for the big grand salami, or you're going to find yourself losing consistently. And yeah, you're right, JT. John McGraw stood up for his players like no other, and I think that still holds true today. In my book, and I, of course, I'm biased, but you know what, McGraw in the Hall of Fame was an excellent player, but really in the Hall of Fame as a manager, and in my book, the greatest manager of all time in baseball, John McGraw. Managed both in the dead ball era and in the live ball era, and a brilliant tactician, brilliant strategist, and strict, very, very strict. Um, of course, as a player, remember the infamous, Baltimore Orioles of the 1890s. But he never complained when he got spiked, because he said, he spiked other people too. So, little guy apparently too. But yeah, to me, the greatest manager in baseball history, much like I argue that Walter Johnson's the greatest pitcher. H Field, man, it's been too long since I've seen you. We'll get back to Ernie Harwell here in a second. We got a little barn burner burning here. So yeah, and I hope the same to you, my friend. H Field, he's one of the big guns in the out of the park community. So hopefully we can kind of lure him into the McGreevy League, since we're going to be using out of the park baseball and really focusing on the player development lab for that. Captain Carlson, National League president, ended up taking his own life during the next year. Yes, he did. He did. Oh my God. Just a crazy, crazy story. 1908, such a wild season. So glad to hear somebody replaying it. Love it. It's such a great one. JT Dutch says of John McGraw, one of the greatest managers, one of the most authentic people. He's a very complicated man. Indeed, he was. So John McGraw surreptitiously tried to break the color line when he was managing the New York Giants. And he, I guess, after he had died, because he died only a couple years after he retired from baseball. I believe it was 1934, because it was the day that Lou Gehrig went 4 for 4 home runs, and John McGraw's retirement from baseball eclipsed Gehrig's 4 for 4 day. Poor Lou Gehrig. But found apparently was a list of black ball players that John McGraw had wanted to sign for the Giants, and of course, you guys can read about the whole Charlie, the whole Nakahoma thing, and where he actually did sign a player of color. Didn't make it to the majors, unfortunately, not because of lack of talent, but very complicated man, because they also carried around, it's said, a length of rope that was used in a lynching. So, but McGraw, very, very forward-thinking manager. Very forward-thinking manager. Yep, he, as JT Dutch, he said, yep, just said what I just did, but JT Dutch, yeah, because we got ourselves a little bit of a delay here, so there we go. Exactly, just thinking on the same lines, brother. Thinking along the same lines. To me, I think he was just, just great. And you talk about contrast, you talk about complicated. Um, the player that he had the most, such a close relationship with was his polar opposite, Christy Mathewson, in pretty much all things. So yeah, there's the Beatles and I sharing the same mind might be true. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, man, you humbled me on the Vern Stevens thing. I mean, I always thought of Stevens certainly is a very good shortstop, but your case for him is a great shortstop. I just knew it's like, yeah. So hopefully you're going to make it on next Sunday night. So after we do our McGreevy announcement, we're going to have JT Dutch on, and we're going to talk some baseball and open the mic on, get some other folks. But tell you what, you guys are going to be in for a real treat. This is a man here who, it's just wonderful, and it's always such a blast. So it's going to be next Sunday evening. JT's a Dodger fan, so he will regale us. He will give him some time, since his LA Dodgers won a tough World Series this year. That Toronto team was tough, and they would have got a sack fly in that bases loaded situation. We'd be having a different conversation. But Dodgers won it, man. But that was a gutsy, great 8-game World Series, really, wasn't it? Yep, I will definitely let you know, man. I'll reach out to you on the Magic Messenger interwebs. All right, let's get this game over with here. We're in the 7th, and the Atlanta Braves hold a 3-2 lead over the Boston Braves in this very, very sort of expanded all-time greats franchise game. Oh, we could talk about the Dodgers. We can talk about every team. As long as I can have my 2-minute Pittsburgh rant against Bob Nutting and Ben Cherington, we'll be all good, man. All right, let's get back to the game.
Radburn climbs a mound. Righty against lefty. Radburn now set. The offering from Radburn. Ground ball to first. Tenney covers it and touches the bag. And that's the second out. Glavin had to hold up at second. All right, for Atlanta. 2 away, 1 on. Meon comes out to face Radburn. Bats right. Felix 0 for 2 with a walk. Felix waits. Gowdy sets up. Radburn cranks it up. Upstairs with a fast one. Meon doesn't offer. And that's ball number 4. And Felix will get down to first. And Radburn is given up 5 free rides to first. The Braves have 2 outs. Runners at first and second. The bottom of the 7th inning. McGriff now walks out to bat. He bats left-handed. Radburn cannot afford to make a mistake to McGriff. Radburn staring in, ready to work. The pitch. In tight, ball 1. McGriff stands in again. Radburn gets set to work on him. The pitch. A towering fly ball to center. Stovey runs in on it. He's under it. And it pops out of his glove. Glavin will score. Meon is racing for third. Here's Stovey's throw. He slides in head first. And he gets him. The coach was waving him on. The Braves trade the out for the extra run. It's now 4-2 ball game. The line for the Braves, 1-1-1. They leave 1. They give Glavin some extra room. Braves over the Braves, 4-2, and they'll try to protect that lead in the 8th. Elliott, Stanky, and Moranville to bat next. Elliott will start it off here on the 8th. Right-handed hitter to face Glavin. Bob can get on. Stanky on deck, toes the dirt. The slugger can only watch. Elliott takes his stance. McCoy making his first defensive move. Coming into play right field for the Braves is Alou. Aaron leaves the game. Glavin prepares to come home. The offering from Glavin. It's hit hard on the ground between Evans and Logan. Neither one of them can reach it, and it goes into left field. Elliott notches a single. That's Elliott's second hit of the game.
Modern Relics, our new fearless broadcaster and bookmaker here. He predicts the Braves are going to win.
Stanky is stepping up to hit against Glavin. He's a right-handed batter. Stanky is 1 for 3. Glavin sets up on the rubber again. Left-hander Glavin ready. Here's a pitch from Glavin. Bag to right, and it drops. Alou takes it on the hop. Elliott is around second. But the coach is signaling to stop, and he puts on the brakes. As the throw comes in, back-to-back singles for the Braves. The tying run is on. Second safety for Stanky. Next up, Moranville. 2 on, first and second. This infield can turn the DP. And with Stanky on first, the Braves have a good chance. On the season, Moranville has 2 runs batted in. At the plate today, Moranville is 1 for 2. has a ribby. Braves. Bunt is a possibility here. Stanky with average speed. Moranville preparing himself. Glavin inspects the ball, trying to find some magic. The ump using his broom to clean off the plate. So now, Moranville in the box, leans in. Glavin is on the slab, checks the runners. The runners take their lead. Glavin spins and fakes the pick off to second. Elliott hits the dirt. He'll have to brush off a bit. Now Glavin is set again. He lets one go. Popped high to the left side. Evans moves toward the line. He camps under it. Infield fly called, and he brings it down. And the runners hold. So, one out. Runners at first and second. Down by 2. Gowdy will bat next for Boston. This infield can turn the DP. And with Stanky on first, the Braves have a good chance. Gowdy is hitless in 3 at-bats. Elliott off second. Gowdy readying himself. Glavin has asked for a new ball. He's rubbing it up. Climbs the mound. Paws a rubber. Gowdy at the plate. Touches his cap. Waits. Glavin climbs the mound. Lefty against righty. Torres sets up. The runners take their lead. Glavin now sets a shot to left center. Base hit. Jones is racing over. He cuts it off deep in the gap. Elliott is around third. Stanky is around second. They're waving Elliott in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And he's in standing. And Stanky holds at second. Gowdy is on with a single. So Gowdy with a ribby single, and the Braves is sneaking up on the Braves. They are within 1. Score now 4-3, and these fans just inched forward in their seats.
Hey, Modern Relic, the Braves could lose, though, too. Uh-oh.
On the season, he's 1 for 3. Unlikely to bunt here. Glavin on the rubber. Pitcher Glavin set to go. Braves manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. You can mark pitcher Radburn out for the Braves. McCoy not letting him bat. Who is it? Barnes will bat for him. Bats right. He wrenches a piece of ash from the bushes. He'll take his time getting to the box. So Radburn gets his innings. He pitched 7. He leaves with 4 runs, 3 earned, on 5 hits, 2 homers. He stands to lose it unless the Braves can make up the 1-run deficit. Barnes walking up the bat. Ross, a strong hitter. This is his second game so far at the plate. 0 for 1. Glavin sets up on the rubber again. Checks Stanky at second. Braves skipper McCoy walking down the bench. McCoy will send in Lowe to run for Stanky. Lowe takes his place at second base. He's fast. Johnny getting some legs out there. Glavin climbs the mound. Checks Lowe at second. The runners take their lead. The pitch grounded hard to Evans. He scoops it up, fires to second, and they get him. Over to first. Not in time. Safe at first, and Lowe moves to third. Well, here we go. It's now Tenney to bat. He's their leadoff hitter. Braves with Lowe on third, Barnes on first, 2 outs. Fred has done nothing in 4 trips. Glavin on the rubber. Glavin now set. Lowe into a little shuffle at third. The pitch wrapped back to the mound. Glavin grabs it. This should do it. Throws over to first and gets him. That's the 3rd out. The line for the Braves. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2. They had good chances for more, but still trailed by 1. After 7.5, 4-3, Braves. Alou, Evans, and Torrey due up for Atlanta. Mark this down. Barnes will stay in the game. He goes to second base for the Braves. Brandt is coming on to pitch for the Braves. He'll bat 6th. The left-hander, Brandt, comes into this game with a 0 ERA. This is his second appearance. He's worked 1 inning. Alou walking up the bat, known to work that ball pretty well so far at the plate. 1 for 2. Brandt takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Felipe steps up. Brandt looking home. Here's a pitch from Brandt. Swung on, hit to dead center field. Stovey is right there, waits, and pulls it down. 1 away. One out, nobody on for Atlanta. We have Evans to bat for the Braves. He bats from the left side. Brandt cannot afford to make a mistake to Evans. Evans 0 for 2 with a walk, and he scored once. Brandt is ready to fire it in. Brandt into his motion. Delivers right down the middle. Strike 3. 2 gone. Okay, none on, 2 away. Now Torrey to face Brandt. Torrey had his first homer earlier in this game. Torrey 2 for 3. Gowdy sets up. The pitch. Swung on and drilled foul. Strike 1. Torrey ready to take on Brandt again. Gowdy sets up. The offering from Brandt. Swung on, a blast to center. Stovey runs straight back, turns and reaches, and takes it in. 3 down. Brandt sets them down in order after 8. Braves up by 1. Here come the big guns for the Braves. Stovey, Duffy, and Berger. Stovey to lead it off for the Braves. Right-handed hitter to face Glavine. Harry can get on. Stovey has 2 walks. He's also 0 for 2. Glavine inspects the ball, trying to find some magic. Batter in the box, leans in. Glavine toes the rubber. Glavine prepares to come home. McCoy pacing the dugout. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Glavine pulled a string. And Stovey was way out in front. 1 down. The Braves with only 2 outs left. Right-handed batter Duffy now walks out to bat. Hugh has a hit and a walk in 4 appearances. Duffy with ugly power. Batter in the box works his back foot. Raises his hand slightly, taps the barrel on the plate, leans in. And here comes Braves manager McCoy. He's asking Glavine for the ball. He'll go to the pen. On to relieve is right-handed Camp. So Glavine gets his innings. He pitched 8 1/3. His line, 3 runs, 2 earned on 8 hits. Walk 4. He struck out 2. He stands to win it. The right-hander, Camp, enters this game with a 0 ERA. This is his second appearance. He's worked 2 innings. It's his game to save. The batter stands in, loosens his grip slightly. Now ready. Camp, foot on the rubber. Berger waits on deck. Torrey set. He brings it home. Duffy doesn't offer. And he draws a free pass. And Camp is looking for some answers from the ball. Wonder what it has to say. And Camp has walked the tying run. One gone, ninth inning, one on. Berger advancing to the bat. At the plate today, he's 0 for 3. One ribby. Duffy stretches his lead. Score him, and that ties it up at 4. Berger pulls at his sleeve, bends to straighten his socks. Camp bends for the rosin bag, does a little personal grooming. Berger steps up to the plate, leans in. Camp is on the slab. The right-handed hitter, Elliott, on deck. Camp will go to work on him. A little glistening on his upper lip. First baseman McGriff is on the bag. Duffy with a substantial lead. Throw over to first. Duffy back standing. Camp gets the ball back. Now he's set again. Camp comes home. Swung on. Popped up. Logan is backing up quickly. Still backing. He's under it. And makes the catch. Duffy scampers back. One on. Right-handed batter Elliott now walks out to bat. Elliott has 2 hits and 1 free pass and 4 trips. And he scored 2 runs. Elliott with dependable power. Elliott, Camp shakes out his arms. Elliott at the plate. Flashes the sign to Duffy. Waits for the pitch. Camp put on the rubber. Unlikely that Brandt will bat next. Checks Duffy on first. First baseman McGriff ready for a throw from Camp. The pitch, fly ball. Left center, not too deep. Jones coming on, reaches out. Can't get it. It bounds away from him. He's after it. Duffy is around third. They're waving him in. Here comes a throw home. Elliott is going for third. Here's a play at the plate, and Duffy's safe easily. Tie game. And Elliott takes third on the throw. So the Atlanta defensives have been breached. The go-ahead run is now on third. So a big run scores on the Elliott double. Oh, those Braves. They have tied this game. And this crowd has gone silent. And Elliott now has 2 runs batted in on the season. Brandt is scheduled to hit. Brandt to face Camp. Ed taking his first at bat of the season. Camp sets up on the rubber again. Camp comes set. Braves manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. McCoy is taking pitcher Brandt out of the game. Who is it? Stahl will bat for him. Bats left. He grabs a bat and heads toward the plate. So Brandt goes 1 inning. His line, no runs on no hits. Stahl walking up the bat. Watch out with Chick at the plate to date. 1 for 3. He's walked once. He has stolen 1 base and been caught once. Stahl tucks in his shirt, ties the lace on his left shoe. Taps the bat. Oh, he doesn't like that one. Goes to the woodpile. He's back. Camp wipes sweat from his hands. Stahl at the plate, sets his hands, leans in. Camp put on the rubber, rotates the ball in his right hand. Righty against lefty. Camp set. Elliott steps off third. The pitch. It's off the glove of Torrey. He's coming down the line. In to score is Elliott. And the Braves break the tie and now lead 5-4. 9th inning. So Stahl steps back in. And here comes Braves manager McCoy. He's asking Camp for the ball. They'll go to Garber. So Camp goes only 1/3 of an inning. He yielded 2 runs, 1 earned, on 1 hit, 1 walk. Garber throws from the right. ERA a stingy 0. This is his 2nd appearance. He's worked 3 innings. He's looking for 1 out. Garber takes a few warm-up pitches. He's rubbing up the ball. We're ready to go. Stahl back in the box. Torres sets up. The pitch. Drilled to right by Stahl. It is high. It is far. It is caught at the wall by Alou. That's 3 away. That'll do it for Boston. 2 runs on 1 hit. Boston goes out in front. The score is 5-4 as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Braves will send out the bottom of the lineup. Jones, Logan, and Garber. McFadden is coming on to pitch for the Braves. He'll bat 6th for McFadden. This is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. It's his game to save. To get it going for the Braves here, Jones, the switch hitter, will bat left-handed. Jones is a feared offensive threat. Chipper has a walk and 3 times up. McFadden wipes sweat from his hands. Jones takes his place in the box, adjusts his shoulders, works his hands on the bat handle, leans in. McFadden climbs a mound. Logan stretches in the on-deck circle. He cranks and fires. Just missed. Ball 1. The batter stands in, taps the plate with his bat. Now, ready. McFadden toes the rubber, positions the ball behind his back. Logan waits on deck. Right-hander McFadden ready. And now the pitch. It misses. Ball 4. And Jones will get the base. And that puts the tying run at first. One on. Next up, Logan. Johnny 0 for 3. He's not much of a risk to bunt. Swift-footed Jones at first. If he scores, we're tied. The Braves lead the Braves 5-4. Logan wipes his left sleeve across his forehead. McFadden inspects the ball. Johnny stands in, leans in. McFadden sets up on the rubber. The Atlanta crowd spurring on. Logan. Pitcher apparently unaffected. Checks the runner. First baseman Tenney is on the bag. Jones with a substantial lead. The pitch. Logan swings. Strike. Jones breaks for second. The peg. The slide. Going to be close. Safe. Late throw. That's his first steal of the season for Atlanta. Their second stolen base in this game. So the Boston defensives have been breached. The tying run is now at second base. Batter in the box works his back foot. Now ready. McFadden on the rubber. Garber still has his jacket on. Right-hander McFadden ready. Jones edges a bit more off second. The pitch. Logan dribbles it to a third. Elliott will have to hurry. The snap throw to first. In time to retire Logan. And Jones moves to third. Garber is scheduled to hit. We'll have to wait to see if he bats for himself. Garber walking up the bat. On the season, he's 0 for 1. Jones on third is an aggressive runner. He scores, and it's a whole new ball game. McFadden put on the rubber. Bruton swings 3 bats on deck. Braves manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. McCoy is recalling pitcher Garber. Who is it? Hardy will bat for him. That's right. He grabs the bat and heads toward the plate. So Garber goes 1/3 of an inning. He yielded. No runs on no hit. Hardy walking up the bat. Rico can pound the ball. So far at the plate, 1 for 2. Tough to strike out. Jones at third can tag and go. That's the tying run. Hardy pulls at his sleeve, looks back into the dugout. McFadden shakes out his arms. Carty in the batter's box. He steps out of the box, adjusts. Now he's back in, turns his shoulder in, leans in. Pitcher McFadden eyeing Carty. Now he's ready, and they are putting Carty on. Intentional walk, and McFadden has walked the winning run. McCoy will let McFadden take his chances with Bruton. One gone, ninth inning, 2 on. The bottom of the ninth inning. Bruton is out to take his hacks. Strikeouts have been a problem for him. Bill has been up 4 times with a hit. He's stolen the base. A chance to drive in a run here. The Braves infield dangerous on the double play ball. And with Carty on first, the Braves have a good chance. Jones has a wheel. If he scores, we're tied. Bruton McFadden shakes out his arms. Bruton in the batter's box. Now ready. McFadden is on the slab. He shakes off the sign. Again he shakes it off. Now he has one he likes. Righty against lefty. Checks the runners. Infield back at double play depth. Here's a pitch. Bruton blinds one deep to right. Into the corner. That's good for extra bases. Jones scores. Tie game. Carty is digging. He's around third. Coming down the line. He'll score. And the Braves take it, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of McCoy. Here at last, they have closed this one out. Bruton has won this game with a clutch ninth inning hit. In the end, it was a close one. The Braves sneak by the Braves, 6-5. Here's the line for the Braves. 6 runs on 6 hits, 1 misadventure. They leave 6 for the Braves. 5 runs on 9 hits, 1 misadventure. And they leave 10. Garber gets his second win. His record now 2-0. McFadden takes his first loss. His record now 0-1. So the Braves gain a step for the Braves. Overall, they now stand at 2-2. The Braves now with 4 losses in a row. In the next game, they'll go after the Braves again. Bye for now, everybody. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from Atlanta. Final score? Atlanta Braves 6, Boston Braves 5.
What a heartbreaker for Boston. Oh, man. Great ball game, though. That was a lot of fun. Oops, that's right. It keeps thinking, whatever. I have to close this out. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Let's look at the just standings, current standings right now in this league. So, in the American League Eastern Division, the Philadelphia Athletics off to a 3-0 start. The Yankees 1 game back at 2-1. In the Western Division, the Milwaukee Brewers also undefeated 3-0. We got all kinds of that. And they're on a 3-game winning streak, as are the Philadelphia Athletics. At 1 game back, the Cleveland Indians, and I do use the term Indians here since all the players on here before the Guardians. The American Association, we got the old St. Louis Browns. So also off to a hot 3-0 start. Minnesota Twins, a game behind them at 2-1. Western Division, California Angels and the Seattle Mariners, each at 2-1, and the Oakland A's, a game back along with the Texas Rangers. In the National League East, it's the New York Mets. They are 3-1, and they are a game up on the Brooklyn Bums and the New York Giants. In the Western Division, the Fightin' Phils are 3-0, and they've got a game lead right now on the Florida Marlins, who are at 2-1. Chicago Cubs, modern relic, they're off to a 4-0 start, and they're 1.5 games up on second place Cincinnati Reds. That should make you happy, and what should make you even more happy is right now the Cardinals are playing 500 baseball. And in the Western Division, as I'm not covering every team here, my Pirates are doing suck right now. They're 0-2. But in the Western Division, it's the Padres. a game up on the LA Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers and San Francisco Giants each have 1-2 records. So obviously, and there's the Colorado Rockies at 0-3. So anticipating 2025. So those are the standings right now. So desktop gives you anxiety. So some night, Modern Relic says this amazing desk. So yeah, so sometime I'll do something on my new PC, and you guys will be very, very proud. There's like 5 icons on it. That's it. So, um, but I haven't moved all this baseball stuff over there yet. So still working on this one. But anyhow, this was a lot of fun. We did a twin build tonight. First game saw the 1978 Boston Red Sox defeat the 1976 New York Yankees in Diamond Baseball. Then in the nightcap, Modern Relic, man, he called it. The Braves win. So that was a fun game. What a heartbreaker for Boston, though. 0-4 for them now. Jeez. So we got a couple good matchups coming on this. Long way to go on this one. I think the next game we're going to switch back to the American League, and we'll do when the next we visit this game. I don't know when that will be, but we will have the New York Yankees against Cleveland Indians, and it's going to be McDowell versus Cheesebro. So I think that's a pretty good matchup. So yeah, so there we go. So we might be on here for some Tuesday night baseball. Depends on what time that podcast, whatever is over with Richard Dombrowski and where that's being held. So we get to meet the creator of Dombrov Baseball. And so Tuesday night, I finally decided I'm going to try online to do a season replay, among other things. So 1971 opening day, whatever you want to call it. We'll make it nighttime, though. Hopefully Tuesday. And then next Sunday, after we just announced the preliminaries for Ned McGreevy League, we will have the erudite, Mr. J.T. Dutch on. Captain Carl, thank you. Oh, absolutely, man. Thank you for coming in. Another super knowledgeable baseball fan. I've seen you a lot. I've seen you hanging around like our Red Sox fan, so thank you for coming over. Really, really appreciate it. Modern Relic said he had a feeling that the Braves would win. I'm telling you what, I don't know how you called it, man. You're like the community's Nick the Greek. That's what it is. So we've got to remember that. So so when the Giants play the Giants, I'm hoping that you will once again come along with a fearless prediction, as that will be a lot of fun. So thanks, guys, for the also some education on Boston National League. And I don't know where I got my Huntington Avenue grounds and South Avenue or South End grounds all mixed up. I'm going to chalk it up to the fact that it's 1:44 a.m. So thank you everybody for hanging in and understanding that I'm not doing as much as frequently because I'm needing to spend a lot of time with gearing up to get the back to the sleight of hand magic and mentalism full time, as FedEx Express is not going to be a thing after this spring. Everything is merging into one, and I don't like the role I would have with the new FedEx. So looking at an exit strategy, and and also it's passed along, so we got all new folks here. Just quickly before you guys go out, guys and lady, because Barbara's here with us. Everybody, good thoughts, good energy, prayers, whatever for Christopher Slovic over in Kampuchea, as his position as an educator was cut, so he doesn't have a job next year. He says he has 2 promising leads, though. So Chris, one of the stalwarts of the community, does all kinds of streaming, and this guy should have been a professional baseball broadcaster. You listen to Chris, and it's like listening to the real thing. But this community always pulls together all the time. That's why I love it so much. So please, some good thoughts going out there for Chris. Please subscribe to all the content creators here, but more importantly, join the various discords that are around here, because we don't It's not a thing where we want to favor digital creators or that we want to favor people that just create everything that you do, all your projects. So Captain Carl going to be doing a 1908 replay using APBA Basic. Aaron Reed he's all over the place. Jack Dawson, don't think he made this broadcast, but Jack Dawson has like a gazillion replays going on. Fans of RJO Network, he did do an exhibition game earlier tonight using Inside Pitch Advanced. So an exhibition between the 1980 Royals and Phillies. Franchise Stars Baseball League over at Legend Sports Universe had an opening day the other day. So season 5 is it's in full swing. So a lot of stuff, a lot of people doing a lot of things, and just reading on the Discord what everybody's doing. So Cooney continuing with his 2008 Philadelphia Phillies replay. So a lot going on in the community. And I know a lot of the other guys do other sports, but baseball is 24/7 here, 365. Well, not 365. Also, got to start planning, guys and gal, what we're going to do for Super Bowl Sunday. It's a tradition every year in our family here that during that day, that most unholy day, that day which, as an Eastern Orthodox, I would say is anathema. We always do lots of baseball on Super Bowl Sunday. So that happens, and I am saying Super Bowl Sunday, so the National Football League, not that they care that I exist. So we've got to start figuring out, I'd like to do something fun, exciting, neat this year, but all baseball on that day. So not too early to start thinking about it because, the evil encroacheth. It does. To Jack Dawson's channel. Superb Owl, is that the name of his channel? Superb Owl? I never knew that. I don't think he ever mentioned that to me. Let me have a gander here, man. Wow, JT. No, I didn't know, because Jack's usually he's always interactive and stuff like that. It's probably something maybe I Superb Owl. What a cool name for a channel. Damn. Oops. Superb Owl. Let me see. Well, there's the Superb Owl, but is this it? No, that's PBS. We got to find out in the old Discord. I think, because I can't find it. As they say. Oh, Superb. Oh, okay, got it. I thought you were like, that was like Jack's channel or something. I've got to get on the Discord and say, Jack, man, why didn't you tell me? Okay, Superb Owl. That's what we'll call it. So if you guys have any fun, creative baseball ideas that we can do, I'm thinking we can do maybe some quiz type stuff, maybe offer, a prize or something, like, I don't know, a season in a game that that you have that you've always wanted, whether it's cards and dice or digital, for the winner. Maybe we can do some stuff like that. And I want to remind everybody, this isn't about building so that this channel get Beatles Eternally channel. It's about just having a great, fun baseball family here together. So that we'll do some games. We'll do some stuff. So if anybody has some good ideas for that day, because I know there's a lot of people out there that like myself, just we're just enamored of baseball, and we really don't want to buy into the Superb Owl Super Bowl. But that's then yet to come. Captain Carl says, really listening, watching everyone doing baseball and other sports projects. And that's the thing, man. It's, but in the same token, I like to sort of, know what's going on, and projects that people are doing that maybe they don't broadcast or whatever. And 1908 replay, man, that'll be I'll be checking in on that on Delphi forums. So that's an APBA basic, guys. Join Delphi forums. There's a lot of good stuff on there for all kinds of different sports games. So not just baseball, but the other sports, the other lesser sports as well. So that is it. Yep, the NFL championship is a superb owl. I like it. You cannot be, yeah, you cannot be sued for that, can you? All right. So, hey, for our nightcap, we topped out at like 12. So that ain't bad. So, Ernie Harwell thanks you. May his memory be eternal. How about it? Being traded for a catcher by the Atlanta Crackers. Gotta love that, man. All right. Till next time, guys and gal. So, Barbara, thank you for coming in too. We will see you around the batting cage. Hopefully, I should be able to be on Tuesday night, and we'll do opening day night. Beatles Eternally actually going to try to do a season replay. It's going to probably take 10 years. But 1971 and next Sunday, JT Dutch and Ned McGreevy. You can't beat it with a stick. All right, see you around the batting cage, everybody. Good night.